Hello ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for clicking on this video. My name is Oxana. Today is going to be another requested video, and this video is going to be a comparison between my two Coco handles. I have two Coco handles in my collection, and this video requested by several of my subscribers, and obviously I'm gonna put the request right here at the bottom of the screen. And thank you very much guys for continue requesting videos from me. It's my absolute pleasure. Your wish is my command. Please, if you have any requests, do not hesitate. Place your request in the comment section below, and I promise I will do your video as well. Or if I forget about your video, don't shy and remind me about that. Okay, shall we start? As I said, today is going to be comparison between these two beauties. I absolutely adore these two handbags in my collection. Both of my handbags in the size small, and this is my preferred size for Coco handle. Size small, if you compare to classic style of the handbags, Chanel classic flap, it's smaller than a jumbo. It's definitely smaller than a jumbo, but it fits almost the same amount as a jumbo, and it's definitely way lighter comparing to the jumbo. So that's why I truly love these handbags. So let's just start from my number one. This bag I obtained a year ago. I was slightly hesitant about this handbag when I was purchasing about a year ago, but I'm so glad that I did. I actually also put on my Instagram a question to you guys, if should I go for this bag or no, and 99% of you said yes. Go for it. This bag, my hesitation when I was buying this bag, for the reasons that it was $1,000 more Canadian dollar compared to the standard Coco handle finish, and it was because it was so black hardware, and because it has this chevron pattern. I'm assuming maybe chevron pattern is slightly expensive, but maybe not. But the other point why it was more expensive, because it's actually iridescent. It doesn't really show much on the camera, but when you're outside it sparkles so many different colors. It's absolutely gorgeous finish when it's outside. So it was obviously a little bit more expensive, and it was splurge, and I was thinking, should I get it, shouldn't I get it? And I'm so glad that I did. I'm so glad that I did, because this bag goes absolutely with everything. You have no trouble choosing your outfit if you're planning to use this handbag, because it's a so black hardware. You can pretty much match with any of your gold. For instance, today I'm actually wearing tricolor gold. It's a yellow, white and rose gold, and obviously no problem wearing this handbag. The other important point, because this strap is completely detachable, and you can obviously substitute with any other strap, and because it's once again so black, I can put a strap with the silver hardware, I can put a strap with the black hardware, and it will be absolutely okay, no problem whatsoever. Inside it has a burgundy interior, but it's not a leather, it's a fabric. Often people saying that, you know, it's better to have all leather bag. I mean, obviously it shows a little bit more luxurious finish, you cannot deny that. But myself, frankly, I prefer fabric, because it's a little bit lighter, unless it's some, like, you know, some company they do so leather lining, but it's pretty much glued to the actual exterior leather finish, so then they can do thinner leather lining and it's not as heavy. Mostly with the Chanel, when they do their leather lining, it's almost like two separate pieces of leather, so that's why they're always a little bit more heavier comparing to the standard fabric lining. And that's what I like about this bag. It's not really heavy, and even if I'm gonna start with all the items inside, it's still not as heavy comparing to the jumbo per se. So let me show you my second bag right now. So let me just put this away. that you're not gonna be distracted. My second Coco handle is fairly new purchase. I purchased it just recently, and I was actually a little bit hesitant once again this time, not because of the price, because the price is, like, as I said, this one is almost $1,000 less compared to my Coco So Black and Chevron, but because it's a light color. I wanted to have a beige color handbag, like, I mean, Chanel handbag for a while, but I'm extremely practical person, so, and spending obviously over $5,000 Canadian on a light color handbag, it wasn't in my books, let me tell you. But I'm so glad once again that I did. What sold me also on this handbag, because it's lizard embossed handle. It's not real lizard or snake, because I have a little bit of phobia, fear for lizard and snakes, like, you know, I don't really like to touch it. But it's embossed, so it's like regular calfskin leather but has lizard embossed, and it looks very, very realistic. So that's once again what sold me, but the price is standard. So I love this handbag so very much. I love the leather, because I noticed also in recent years their caviar leather kind of like more puffy and more softer comparing what it used to be before, and they're actually lambskin getting slightly tougher. They do special coating on lambskin, so it's slightly a little bit tougher. So when it comes to interior, it's a fabric, and it's in the same matching kind of beige color. What I love also about this beige color, that it's comparing to the standard Chanel Claire beige, it's a little bit darker and not as yellow, because standard Claire is slightly has yellow finishes. This one has a little bit more like a sandy taupey finish. So that's what I love about these handbags. So let me point obvious difference between these handbags. From the first glance, you may think that it's actually pretty much identical finish of the handbag, but it's not. And I mean, when I say finish, like, I mean pattern of construction of the handbag, but it's actually not. The size is pretty much the same. Obviously the drop of the handle is pretty much the same. The drop of the chain pretty much the same. What is different between these two handbags, apart from their quilting, ignore quilting right now, it's actual construction of the handbag. If you look at this Coco handle, you see that the flap goes all the way around and it finishes somewhere over here. So I'm assuming that the piece of leather finishes right here. So it's one solid piece of leather from the back to the front, the whole flap. And then obviously you have the front part, which is once again solid piece of leather, and then you have a bottom with obviously with the feet. So that's the construction of this handbag. Ignore for now the inside. When it comes to construction of this chevron pattern, and I noticed it's pretty much in all chevron pattern handbags, the flap, first and most, compared to this leather, it's a little bit more tougher. And as I said, it was a year ago, and it feels like even the flap, it almost has like some kind of not inner layer, I'm not sure, but it feels a little bit stronger, tougher. And this flap, if you see, it goes around and then it finishes right here. There is actual stitching. Let me come closer. You see how it finishes right here. So this flap is actually finished right there. And then you have separate piece of leather up to this bottom and separate piece of leather up to this bottom. And then you have your feet. So this bag is actually constructed in 4 separate pieces of leather: back, front, bottom, and the handle itself, like I mean the flap itself. That's how this bag is constructed. So let me come closer to the camera and show you standard Coco handle. You see how this flap goes all around and there is no any cut or anything, and it's continuous one piece all the way to the bottom. So it looks like this one constructed from 3 different pieces of leather. The whole things goes, the flap goes to the back, the front part, and the bottom with the feet. That's the obvious and major difference between these 2 handbags. And I don't know, it's a personal preference. Obviously, I love them both. That's why I have them both. And I love that these 2 handbags, they look totally different. The obvious difference in the color, in the pattern. This is the chevron, this is the quilting. It has lizard embossed handle. This one has just a regular black handle. Different hardware, because this one has kind of brushed or antique looking gold hardware, and this is so black hardware. Inside lining, once again different. This is the burgundy, this is the regular tan or beige lining. So the beige and the burgundy. So this one is a burgundy lining. So that's the obvious difference between these 2 handbags. If you're going to be asking me which one I would choose, 100% for sure it's going to be definitely my Coco Handle in chevron pattern, so black. And frankly, I prefer chevron pattern on Coco Handle slightly more. I'm very, very glad that I have my beige, but would it be my first choice for purchasing? Definitely not. This is like a second choice because I already have a Coco Handle. And I actually like Coco Handle so much, I'm thinking of getting even one more Coco Handle, and this time most likely it's going to be in you know, some kind of bright color. Not sure if it's going to be a red, because the last time I had a red, it was gorgeous color, but only if they're gonna come with some idea of double color or multicolor in red and Coco Handle. I don't know how it's even possible to handle, but you never know. Let's say if it's going to be like a chevron pattern, but let's say red with some kind of other color, red and black, or I don't know, red and blue, you name it. That would be really exciting. Possibilities, but I'm like, you know, I digress. I'm dreaming over here. I'm really dreaming over here. So, but if it's not going to be a red, I'm really very excited of getting something in like unique color. Not sure exactly what color it would be, but if it would be, say hypothetically, maybe some kind of green, or once again some kind of blue, or like some really exciting maybe metallic multicolor kind of shimmery, that would be really nice as well. So that's about it for today. I know that it's not in-depth review, and what I'm trying to do over here, it's not just tell you the measurements and everything, because you can easily find measurements online. What I'm trying to deliver for you, the use of the handbag, and if I'm comparing these two, what would be my first choice. And I already expressed my opinion what would be the first choice. Am I regret that I purchased this handbag in beige? Absolutely not. I love this handbag. It's absolutely gorgeous handbag, and I'm glad that I have it in my collection. That's about it for today's video. Thank you very much guys for watching. If you like the video, please don't forget to give me a thumbs up. If you enjoy my channel in general, please consider subscribing, because I definitely want to see you again on my channel. And I guess until our next meeting, bye bye.